The Casa 1910 was a cigar that stood out to me so much during the trade show that I went back a second time to just kind of look at their booth. I love the pictures. They had all these really neat, real pictures from the revolution. Kind of reminded me, when I was a kid, my grandfather had a picture of Pancho Villa in his house. As soon as you walk in, black and white picture, Pancho Villa on a horse. It was kind of like that kind of thing. I had like a moment of nostalgia of going back to my childhood, but I just love to see the tribute. And again, just so many different components, the matches that were being used, the box themselves, the really cool ashtrays that they had that had like a horseshoe emblem on them. All of these things were handmade in Mexico from different families, you know, around the area where this cigar is grown and cultivated. So I just love to see just such a tribute back to Mexico. It's such a lovely way to celebrate a beautiful culture. And again, being that today, on November 20th, is the Dia de la Revolución, I thought it was really exciting to review this cigar, to talk about the different components, to really bring it forward, so that I know a lot of you, when I did mention it on the video prior, you guys really asked to see a review of this cigar. So here it is. And again, going into these different notes with this beautiful blend that they have come up with. And again, all of the tobacco being used is grown and coming from the beautiful San Andres Valley of Mexico. So the wrapper itself is very unique. It's a Sumatra seed, but it's grown again in the San Andres Valley. So super flavorful, very unique on the actual wrapper. It's also aged for 3 years before it's even blended. Moving on to the binder, which is also coming from the San Andres region. It's aged for 5 years before it's blended. Again, giving it that extra time to really just age and ferment. Really stands out when you're smoking the cigar. The filler, as well as a combination of different components of the tobacco plant, again, coming from that San Andres region. But the different components are going to be, if you're not familiar with that, I've gone over it in previous videos, but the actual tobacco plant, when you look at it, when it's primed, and different parts of the leaf, depending on its position on the plant, are used for different things in the cigar. So you have one responsible for combustion, you have one responsible predominantly for the aromas that you pick up, as well as different leaves that are, as they get higher up, they're harvested last. And so they are stronger leaves. They have more of that, well, again, the ligero, that has more of the strength to it. It's a stronger, it's a heavier, oilier leaf. And again, all those components have to be really thought of as when you put them together to make sure that your overall smoking experience is one that produces tremendous flavor, effortless draw, as well as a beautiful, you know, smoke output. So they've nailed it when it comes to that. I have smoked this cigar now many times. I've gone through an entire box. I'm on my second box, and this has become a quick favorite for me for so many reasons, but really just the flavor profile is excellent on this. I also had the chance to speak with Manolo Santiago, who is responsible for blending the cigar, and he mentioned, which I loved, that when he was blending the cigar, he thought about putting it with tequila, because naturally you're getting the same types of flavors and the flavor profiles, if you will, that are coming from, again, tobacco leaves being grown in the soil, and then the same soil that's also producing the beautiful agave. So I love the idea that this cigar was actually blended with that in mind. And he actually went even further to recommend you know, different types of tequilas that he likes to drink with the cigar, but even breaking it down into thirds. The first third, he recommended either a really nice silver or reposado to go again with that first third of the cigar. The second third, he mentioned that he enjoys it with a nice either reposado or an añejo. And then the third part of the cigar, definitely an añejo or an extra añejo, which would be right up my alley. I tend to lean, when I do drink tequila with my cigars, I tend to grab, you know, an añejo or even an extra añejo, and I love to just sip on it, similar to how you would a cognac or even a bourbon, and you just, you know, pair it beautifully with the cigar. So I love that this was blended with that in mind. Really, again, paying homage to a beautiful culture. And right now I'm picking up just these beautiful little hints of sweetness. It's a combination of a caramelized sugar and a cocoa, if that makes sense. So little bits of this nice little sweet component. The flavor, again, of a cinnamon and a slight flavor of black pepper, but not spicy. Just those little hints of the flavor. So again, to me, this demonstrates really proper aging and really well thought after blending. Just, I love the flavor on this cigar. and it has a beautiful aromatic smoke to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this down to a little bit further for the second third, and then check back in for the flavors. All right, so coming back in around the halfway point. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and take off this little secondary band here. This actually has their website on the inside of this band, casa1910.com. You can also follow them on social media at casa1910mx. Flavors on this cigar are amazing. Right now, there's been an introduction of anise. There's a little bit of a light cocoa still in there, kind of more actually like a milk chocolate. There's cinnamon still present. There's a little bit of nutmeg. There's still that kind of caramelized sugar in the background. Still a little hint of citrus. This cigar, I don't know how they pulled it off, but it has these amazing balanced nuances. Without being overly strong in any way, this is the most medium-bodied, pleasant cigar that I've smoked in a really long time. You can smoke it in the morning, mid-afternoon, evening. You can have it with tequila, coffee. It's just a cigar that it's not gonna overwhelm you. It's been purposely blended to be balanced. It's a really wonderful, wonderful cigar. I'm gonna continue to smoke it down a little bit more, and be sure to watch the video all the way through to the end, because I have an exciting promo to talk about with the chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime trip. All right, so back for the final little bit here on the Casa 1910. A beautiful cigar in every way, shape, and form. Definitely one that has become, as I mentioned earlier, a recent favorite of mine since I started smoking it. It is available in the single size of a Robusto 5x50. It's a beautiful expression of this proper blending technique and just the wonderful tobacco used to create this incredibly balanced, flavor-forward cigar that, again, is that perfect medium. Just, again, a wonderful flavor profile. I know taste is subjective, but it is excellent. I mean, those beautiful nuances now at the very last third of it. Similar to the beginning, except it has a little bit more of a creamier, smoother, almost a caramel-like sweetness. There's still those little notes of cocoa in there. There's still the hint of cinnamon taste-wise. That little bit of a black pepper taste that was there is not there anymore. It's just really flavorful. Little hints of anise still there. There's an underlying earthiness that's there throughout the entire smoke, and then this really nice aged cedar in the background. So beautifully done. Again, just a fantastic flavor profile, a beautiful way that it's smoked. Zero struggle on the draw, beautiful burn line, and very aromatic. So highly, highly, highly recommended. You can find them again through their website that I mentioned on the last little bit there, the casa1910.com, and again, follow them on social media at casa1910mx. So, promo time. My friends at Casa 1910 are offering a very generous trip to celebrate their official launch party of this beautiful cigar in Mexico City. Everything from cocktail cigar parties to a festival of the senses at the Hacienda Toluca, which is one of the oldest, most beautiful haciendas in Mexico, followed by a Sunday fun day, which is all about sightseeing and a free guided tour. They're providing airfare, full transportation, lodging, obviously cigars, I'm sure tequila, and a lot of fun. There's also special entry for their VIP events for the winner of this contest. So be sure to follow me on Instagram. Follow Casa1910mx on Instagram. Post your comments. And again, I'll be posting more details on my Instagram, so definitely check it out there. The contest is running, it's already running, and it's running through the 23rd, where the winner will be announced. It is a chance of a lifetime just to go celebrate the launch of this wonderful cigar. I wish you guys luck, and in fact, there's no way to celebrate a special holiday and a special contest like a little toast with this beautiful extra añejo that I poured myself to go with the last little bit of the cigar as recommended. Cheers. That's fantastic. Oh yeah, that pairs just beautifully. So again, cheers to you all watching, good luck, and be sure to follow us on Instagram and enter for a chance to win that beautiful trip. Salud.